What's up, beautiful souls? Your boy Loon is back with another subreddit video, and today we are back on r/badwomensanatomy, one of your guys' favorites, one of my favorites, and I'm excited to see the silliness that is on this subreddit. But real quick, I wanted to tell you guys a little update on things with this channel. I am so excited about this channel, guys. We are coming up on the day that I can actually apply to get remonetized. If everything goes well with that, I am going to start live streaming these Reddit reads. I'm also going to start video essays, so we're not just going to do only Reddit videos. I think that Reddit videos are amazing, and I'm going to continue doing them as much as I can, but I do think that there's a ceiling with this type of content, and I also want to diversify my content a little bit more, so I am going to get into some video essays, topics that I want to talk to you guys about, and maybe you guys are interested in too. Whenever I start the live streams, I'm going to actually ask some of you guys what kind of video essays you guys are looking for. I have some in mind, and I want some feedback with you guys. I might even post a poll to see which of these video topics you guys want me to dive into. And yeah, we're gonna also start gaming on this channel as well. Hopefully, if everything goes well with the monetization, I believe I can start re-application this week. So everything is contingent on that. But yeah, with that being said, I won't bother you guys too much with information. Let's get straight into r/badwomensanatomy. All right, so it's been a little while since we've been on this, so I'm excited to see what's new. All right, we've got this one that says, praises her for aging gracefully, yet uses an aging filter to make her look even older. Cameron Diaz, 52, is aging gracefully. Love that for her. And it's a Facebook. That's not her, is it? I'd rather see my face aging than a face that doesn't belong to me. That's so ironic if this is age. I'm pretty sure that is an age filter because she doesn't look like that. Yeah, what? This is her right now. And this is the picture they used. It does look like they used an aging filter on her because she looks like she's 50. Honestly, she looks good for a 50-year-old. I said yold. I just mixed the two words. Not saying I'd smash a 50-year-old, but if I had to, Cameron Diaz would be on the list. I also love Cameron Diaz as a whole. Like, she just radiates great energy. But yeah, that's a great. Also, sorry that I had to use smash as a terminology. That was get with. Not saying I would get with. She was aging too gracefully for the tabloids, so they aged her up. Bottom feeders always sink to the bottom. Yeah, I think this has to do with just social media as a whole. Like, a lot of times, I mean, even I'm a proponent to as well. People want clicks, right? And they're gonna do whatever it takes, like clickbaity stuff, just so you can get things. Oh my God, Cameron Diaz looks this old, and it gets engagement. And it's the kind of bad side of social media. Like, I'm a proponent to it too. I mean, you guys look at the title of my videos. A lot of them say worst, horrible, awful, because when you see that as a new viewer, I know my OGs, you guys are gonna watch me, and I love you guys, and us at my Patreon members, you guys are supporting me regardless. But for new eyes, to attract them, sometimes you have to say something very boom, bang, But yeah, I try not to personally go overboard with that in terms of lying about it. Like, if it was awful, but there was nothing bad in the video. But some of the stuff we read is actually pretty awful. All right, this one says, why would they think large chicken breasts are not natural? Okay, those chicken breasts are not natural. People will pay attention to something that is twice larger than a soccer ball hanging from a person. I'm not gonna claim that this lady here is natural or not. She might be unnatural, but based on her build, that could very well be organic chicken breast, because usually it's most prevalent when it's and even then, sometimes there are women who will still have natural chicken breasts that are tiny and tiny build. I've actually met this is actually even more realistic, but I've met some women out there that are petite. I'm talking 5'0", bro, and they just got fucking cursed. And believe it or not, it's a curse, because these girls that they tell me, they're like, dude, I have so much back problems because they're 5'0", they're skinny too, they're slim, and they have huge organic chicken breasts, and because of that they have so much back problems because their body cannot support that. And a lot of times the girls that I've talked to that have those problems, they end up, not all, but a few of them that I do know in real life, they had breast reduction or chicken breast reduction, procedures done. So yeah, it definitely can be natural. It's just insane. People online, some people online, especially Reddit, which is what we're on right now with this guy, not believing that this is real just means that he probably hasn't met enough people. You know, it's ignorance. You know, it's like some people just haven't met enough people that have that. And, you know, yeah. Someone said they can be natural. Women with massive boots. I said massive boots. Exists, you know. All right, so we are on Facebook on Football Funnies, and they post, this still needs some explaining. It seems like a, you know, women's soccer game, and it is between, I actually don't know these teams, so I can't say. I think that is Saudi Arabia. Maybe, I don't know. But they're covering their groin, and they're like, this needs explaining. I don't think people realize that a groin hit to anyone is gonna hurt. I feel like most of the time, if someone gets hit right there, it's like their lower stomach region, and it's just gonna make you feel a little sick. Now, I will say 100%, not 100%, I'm not a scientist, but I would assume that men getting hit in that area hurts in a different way. But they're both painful, and I feel like most people would shield their face and their groin. Like in a situation where a soccer ball is going towards you, whether you're a girl or guy, those are like the two places. Maybe even your like chicken breasts, if for some women, because I know that can hurt. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not an expert, but I would assume that would also be very painful for girls as well. Someone in chat, let me know though. Why do you think getting hit in your crotch doesn't hurt? Yeah, why do men think that? Yeah. All right, I'm gonna blur this one, but it says, the title says, bro thinks women only produce milk when they're pregnant and use the leftovers to breastfeed. That's so bad. Like, how do you not know that? All right, so someone on Reddit said, trust me, if you're having, or they quote said, trust me, if you're having cuddles with them, then they've already probably stopped lactating. When do you think women lactate? So what the guy is originally referencing is he believes that women only produce when they are pregnant, and as soon as they're done being pregnant, they don't, which is just so not right. What? And then he says, well, when they're pregnant, of course, then they got a little bit more time before they stop so that they can use it to feed the baby. Of course, ha 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 ha. Someone responds with that and says, why would we need to lactate whilst we're pregnant? Some women, yeah, like during pregnancy just sounds so silly. Some women will start leaking in a little early, but most of our milk doesn't come in until the baby is born. What do you think the milk is for? We just use leftovers. Yeah, it's like they pre-stock their inventory for when they have to give birth. I'm so sorry, guys. This is the silliness that we get into on this subreddit. Oh man. I mean, this probably all stems from like misinformation. Guys just, I mean, women oftentimes don't know stuff about guys too. And so it's just like people are online just saying stupid things. All right, this one is very NSFW, so I'm just gonna show my face and I'll kind of trickle in stuff. It says, the title of this one says, if you're having cuddles with them, then they've already stopped lactating. Lol. It could be referenced to the last one, but the original post is on r/the10th-dentist. The title of it says, I don't understand why people are attracted to chicken breast from women's, you know, chicken breast. Like, how can you be attracted to those things? Bro, if you don't like women, it's okay, bro. Like, just tell yourself, man. They're just big lumps on your chest and most probably extremely covered up. What? Like, you've never seen them? Like, out? Like, what? Okay, and then he continues, it says, and what can you even get with them? Like, you get attracted to private parts, you know, women's private parts and men's private parts because you know you can do stuff with it. What can you even do with chicken breasts? Drink their milk? Trust me, if you're cuddling with them, they have already probably stopped lactating. So this is probably the original post from the comment that we saw in the last one. This is why I'm so much more attracted to, and then he says, the ladies' body parts. Brother, what? I mean, what? You could apply this to a butt too. Like, why are you attracted to a butt? Or why are women attracted to, well, some women, abs, arms, face? Why are you attracted to a girl's face? It's not practical. Like, you could literally say that about everything. Like, people are just attracted to stuff, bro. I don't know what to tell you. If you're not attracted to women's chicken breasts, it is what it is, man. There's nothing wrong with that. I guess you're just a bit different than us. All right, I think I can read this one. This one says, guys, women don't pee. All right, we are on Threads, and Crueler Mouse 6 says, if men aren't allowed to be gynos, then women shouldn't be allowed to be urologists. Bite me. All for equality rights, right? Wait, why aren't guys are allowed to be gynecologists, right? What? What? Dude's like fighting demons with himself. Because like, I'm pretty sure you are allowed to be a gynecologist if you're a guy. And you're also allowed to be a urologist if you're a girl. What? And then someone says, oh, also urologist. What is a urologist? Let's make sure. Urologist. A urologist, and this is on Cleveland Clinic. It says a urologist is a medical doctor specializing in conditions that affect the urinary tract in men, women, and children. So anybody in your urinary tract. And is he saying that only guys pee? Dude, I don't think homie knows that there's... But chat, let me know if I'm saying anything wrong. I could be saying something wrong, but a urologist sees everyone. So did you know that women also urinate and have urethras? Fact, gynos only service people born with female genitalia. Is that true? So we're on Planned Parenthood and it says, I'm a guy, do I have to go to the gynecologist? Gynecologist specializes in women's reproductive health and parts. Physicians who specialize in men's parts, including the diagnostics and treatments of disorders of the male blah blah blah, and organs are called urologists. But you can also but urologists also can visit women. Oh, that's interesting. I actually did not know that. I thought you could go to a gyno if you're a guy. I don't know. I didn't know that. But all right, so this girl Melissa says, fact, gynecologists only service people born with female genitalia. Fact, both women and men have urethra and bladder. Gynecologist does not deal with your bladder. Apples does not equal oranges. Fact, this guy stinks. Yeah, I mean, I kind of knew that gynos only visited, deal with female reproductive, but I didn't know if it was like exclusive, only that. I thought they would see they would see a guy, but I guess not. I don't know too much about doctor stuff, I guess. I'm a dummy. And then continuing the threads, it says, also, when women say they'd rather not have male gynecologists, it's because of the trauma they've had in the past. If men say that they shouldn't be in a healthcare for their only reason is misogyny, but the only reason is misogyny, but you want to feel oppressed. And then someone else says, why do incels pick the weirdest battles to fight? Yeah, that is a pretty goofy thing to post randomly. There's so many other things you can say that is has more of an argument. This is just a silly thing. The majority of gynos are men. What are you smoking? Yeah, that's what I also have heard. A lot of my female friends, gynos, are men. There are a few that have women, but yeah. This has to be rage bait, or I'm stupid. Or they're stupid. This one says, every woman knows when they are going into labor well ahead of time. What? Where'd you hear that? All right, so someone says, I was assisting a woman in active labor from the shop into the ambulance when I got yelled at for refusing to move the ambulance so someone could reverse out. I didn't even respond, just carried it on. Then someone says, maybe you shouldn't block people's driveways. I know sometimes it's unavoidable, but in most cases, you would have to go out of your way to be blocking someone in. Just park in front of the house. Someone says, the woman wasn't even at a house. She was at the store. The store didn't even mention a driveway, just reversed out. The scenario you're picturing and commenting wasn't described. Oh, so the video was, or whatever this is referencing, is of a store and the ambulance came in and they blocked someone reversing out. I'm guessing in a parking lot, not at someone's house. So also, is it really that big of a deal? Someone blocked me, ooh, I gotta wait 10 minutes. Whoa. Unless you were pregnant and you're going to labor, then that would be labor inception. You're my water broke, and then someone else's water broke. Okay, I'm getting too far out of it. So another comment goes, who goes into the store while they're in labor? Lol, I think you're making it up. Dude, I'm gonna blow some of your guys' minds out there, but some women go into labor at any time. It's definitely risky to be out when you're about to pop. But at the same time, it's you can't put your life on complete pause because some people don't have the luxury of having people to help them with everything, And I know a great example. This is a funny one. One of my friends who did go into labor and had a baby, her husband who is also my friend, they didn't know it was gonna happen that day. No one knows for sure it's gonna happen, right? And obviously, in a perfect scenario, they would have been in the hospital. They would have been in a scenario where, dude, it happened, and it happened so funny. It happened in their house, but on the brand new rug they got, and it was like a complete mess. Like you cannot. So, and they had to go into labor there because of like the amount of time they had. So a fireman came in and helped them deliver the baby. Yeah, it was crazy. And the way he described it to me from a man's perspective is so silly, because some guys, and I mean, I'm not gonna say that I'm not, it can be a little gross, a little gruesome, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes when I watch those scenes in movies, I'm like, oh, nah. But you know, that's the beauty of life, I guess. I think you got the order of events mixed up there, bud. They go to the store when pregnant, and if the water suddenly breaks, there is no warning for that. And bang, you're in labor. Considering it could be over roughly a month between estimated arrival dates, women don't have to sit at home, and yet it happens anywhere. Yeah, exactly. Like, some people don't have the luxuries of just staying in a hospital or like in a house, and it just happens. Well, I'm not a woman and don't have kids, but they have to know when it comes to time, close to time, is what he says. Brother, what? They don't have like a fucking fortune teller with them, bro, to tell when it comes close to its time. Guys are funny, man. People are funny. Whoa, this one, yeah, I can't read that. That is a lot of, yeah. It's on, by the way, it's in cell.is form, so you guys can see why I can't read that. Bro, what? This one says, is the fallopian tube European? All right, let's read this. So OP or whoever says, well, give us something to talk about. And he goes, egg. What? And then they go, what? What do you mean egg? Do you not want to talk about eggs? What kind of eggs? Duck eggs? Chicken eggs? Alligator eggs? I do fuck with some duck eggs, I ain't gonna lie. I be eating that balut. Black eggs, white eggs, all eggs. My favorite kind of eggs come from the fallopian tube. Okay, maybe this is the guy? I don't know. The what? Fallopian tube. What a conversation. Oh, no, this is definitely the guy. The guy goes, European? I'm dumb, give me a sec. Oh, wow, okay. And then she says, damn, cuddling education has failed us all. Yeah, it has. The fact that he didn't even know what fallopian is, I actually knew, but I really wanted to think you said it wrong. Why have you betrayed us? Please, European. Dude, that's so funny. Okay, I don't know the word, but I knew what you were trying to get at. It's just so funny to me. Why do you even know that? Because it's basic female anatomy. Oh, it could be a conversation between two dudes. And basic cuddling education. Well, okay, wizard of the weird type. I would do some research and get educated properly. You can teach me. It's not my job to educate people who don't have the time or the mental. I'm going to keep this blocked so I don't have to blur it. Energy, if you want, I can link some resources. I don't feel like sitting down and explaining basic cuddling education for over an hour. And then he says, geez, okay, fine then. That's so funny. Yeah, our cuddling education in America is not the best. Not the best. At least in public schools. Oh my God. This one says, feel free to learn facts. And we got a guy's post. This will be the last one. Because, yeah. Okay, so this one says, who's better at taking care of a kid, though? The ones with the mother's instinct and boobs that produce food, or a man? Exactly. Please shut the fuck up. You are correct. Women are less capable of fighting. Just looks at the genetics. Or genes. Men are here to protect women. That's why men don't screen such stressful events. Women do it to attract the man to deal with it. Feel free to learn facts. What? What is the original argument? It says, response to the comment I made that was originally just supposed to be funny. And just to be clear, I did not say women are less capable of fighting. Well, I did, but it was in quotation marks because it was supposed to be from the perspective of a sexist person, okay? Men don't scream during stressful events. Something tells me this guy doesn't interact with real life men much. Yeah, I don't know, man. I've gone through some stuff where I've had to scream before, so I don't know if that's really applicable. And people are just funny, man. The shit that they be posting online. I love you guys. I'm so excited for what's to come with this channel, guys. I am going to end it on that note, but we are going to continue this on Patreon. If you are a Patreon member, first link in the description box. But if you're not, no problem. Guys, look forward to the live streams that's coming soon. So love you guys so much, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.